Have you ever felt like life is just one big game and everyone around you is playing to win? Do you ever find yourself second-guessing your own thoughts and actions, wondering if you are being manipulated by those around you? Well, you are not alone. Welcome to my channel where we dive deep into the intricacies of human mind and explore the common mind games people play, and more importantly, how to outsmart them. Over the years, I have seen people play mind games in all aspects of life, from personal relationship to business dealings. But here's the thing. Mind games are not always obvious. In fact, they can be subtle and sneaky, making it hard to identify when they are happening. That's why I make this video to help you outsmart them. So if you are tired of feeling like you are always one step behind, join me as we dive deep into the fascinating world of mind games and learn how to come out on top. Are you ready to take your power back and start playing to win? Let's go! The first mind game people play is gaslighting. Gaslighting is a psychological tactic that manipulative individuals use to make others doubt their own perception of reality. The gaslighter will often lie, deny, or twist the truth to make their victim question their memory, perception, or sanity. The goal is to make the victim feel like they cannot trust their own thoughts and emotions, leaving them vulnerable and dependent on the gaslighter's validation. If you ever feel like you are going crazy or second-guess your own judgment due to someone's influence, you may be victims of gaslighting. For example, an abusive partner may use gaslighting to make their victim doubt their own perception of events or make them feel like they are the problem. In the workplace, a manager may use gaslighting to undermine an employee's confidence or make them question their own abilities. By recognizing the signs of gaslighting and taking steps to protect yourself, you can outsmart gaslighters and take control of your life back. So how can you outsmart gaslighters? One strategy is to document the gaslighter's behavior and seek validation from others. For example, if your partner consistently denies things that have happened or twists the truth, keep a journal of the events and talk to a trusted friend or a therapist about what is going on. This can help you maintain a sense of reality and counteract the gaslighter's tactics. You can also set boundaries with the gaslighter, such as refusing to engage in arguments or seeking support from a domestic violence hotline. Remember, you have the power to take control of your life and protect yourself from gaslighters. By being aware of the signs and taking action, you can outsmart the gaslighters and live your life on your own terms. The second manipulative mind games people play is pretending ignorance. Pretending to be ignorant is a manipulative tactic that some people use to gain an advantage in a situation. By pretending not to understand something, the person may be able to avoid responsibility or manipulate others into doing what they want. For example, a co-worker may pretend not to understand the task to avoid doing it or to shift the responsibility to someone else. In personal relationship, someone may pretend not to understand their partner's needs or feelings to avoid addressing them. One way to outsmart people who pretend to be ignorant is to be clear and direct in your communication. If you suspect someone is pretending not to understand something, be firm in your expectation and don't let them avoid the responsibility. You can also try to get a third party involved, such as a mediator or a supervisor, to help clarify the situation and prevent the person from using their ignorance as an excuse. Remember, by being assertive and standing your ground, you can outsmart people who use this manipulative tactic and ensure that your needs and expectations are met. The third manipulative mind game people play is projection. Projection is a common mind game that people play where they attribute their own negative feelings, stress, or behaviors onto someone else. For example, if someone is feeling angry or jealous, they may project those feelings onto someone else and accuse them of being angry or jealous. In personal relationship, projection can be a way to avoid taking responsibility for one's own feelings or actions. In the workplace, it can be a way to undermine a colleague's reputation or position. One way to outsmart people who use projection is to stay calm and avoid getting defensive. If someone is projecting their own negative feelings onto you, it is important to remember that those feelings are not your own and they don't have to define you. Instead of reacting defensively, try to stay neutral, like nothing happened, and maintain your own sense of reality. You can also try to address the person's behavior directly, but be prepared for them to deny or deflect responsibility. Remember, by staying calm and grounded, you can outsmart people who use projection and protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. The fourth mind game people play is negative humor. Negative humor is a manipulative tactic that some people use to make fun of others or criticize others under the guise of humor. This can include making a sarcastic comment, belittling jokes, or mocking someone else's appearance or abilities. Negative humor can be used in personal or professional settings and can be a way for someone to assert dominance or control over others. One way to outsmart people who use negative humor is to set boundaries and communicate clearly. If someone is making fun of you or others under the guise of humor, it is important to speak up and let them know that their behavior is not acceptable. You can also try to redirect the conversation or change the subject to something more positive. Additionally, you can try to surround yourself with people who value kindness and positivity and avoid spending time with those who use negative humor to manipulate others. Remember, by setting boundaries and communicating clearly, you can outsmart people who use negative humor and protect yourself from their manipulative tactics. The fifth mind game people play is victimhood. I can't emphasize on this one well enough. Victimhood is a manipulative tactic that some people use to gain sympathy or avoid the responsibility of their own action. This can include playing the victim in personal relationship. When someone is playing the victim, they may portray themselves as helpless, vulnerable, or unfairly treated to receive sympathy or to direct responsibility for their own actions. One way to outsmart people who use victimhood is to recognize their own boundaries and limitations. If someone is constantly playing the victim and making demands on your time, emotional energy, or resources, it is important to establish a clear boundary and communicate your own needs and limitations. You can also try to redirect the conversation or offer empathy and support without taking on the other person's problems or responsibilities. Additionally, it is important to stay focused on your own goals and priorities rather than getting caught up in someone else's drama. By staying grounded and focused, you can outsmart people who use victimhood as a manipulative tactic and protect yourself from their negative influence. The sixth mind game people play is guilt tripping. Guilt tripping is a manipulative tactic that some people use to make others feel bad or responsible for their problems or emotional state. This can include using phrases such as, "If you love me, you would," or "After all I have done for you." Guilt tripping can be particularly effective because it preys on your sense of obligation to others and can make us feel like we are letting someone down if we don't do what they want. One way to outsmart people who use guilt tripping is to recognize the tactic and refuse to engage in it. This may involve setting clear boundaries and communicating your own needs and limitations. You can also try to redirect the conversation or challenge the guilt tripper's assumptions or expectations. Additionally, it is important to remember that you are not responsible for someone else's emotions or problems, and that it is okay to prioritize your own needs and well-being. By standing up for yourself and refusing to be guilt-tripped, you can outsmart people who use this manipulative tactic and maintain your own sense of autonomy and self-worth. The seventh mind game people play is constant criticism. Constant criticism is a manipulative tactic that some people use to control and undermine others. This can involve repeatedly pointing out flaws or mistakes, making negative comments or comparisons, or criticizing someone's choices or decisions. Constant criticism can be particularly damaging because it can erode someone's confidence and self-esteem over time. One way to outsmart people who use constant criticism is to recognize the tactic and set clear boundaries. This may involve limiting your interactions with the critic, asserting your own needs and preferences, or refusing to engage in arguments or defensive behavior. It can also be helpful to focus on your own strengths and accomplishments rather than dwelling on the critic's negative comment. Additionally, seeking support from others who value and appreciate you can counteract the effect of constant criticism. By standing up for yourself and refusing to be undermined by constant criticism, you can outsmart people who use this manipulative tactic and maintain your own sense of self-worth. The last but not the least and the most common mind game people play is silent treatment. This involves refusing to speak to someone, ignoring them, or withholding attention or affection as a means of asserting power. The silent treatment can be particularly damaging because it can make the recipient feel isolated, rejected, and powerless. One way to outsmart people who use silent treatment is to recognize the tactic and stay calm. Instead of becoming angry or upset, try to maintain your composure and respond calmly and assertively. It is important to remember that you deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, and that you have the right to express your thoughts and feelings. You can also try to engage in other activities or spend time with supportive people to help distract from the negative effects of the silent treatment. Additionally, seeking professional support or counseling can help you build coping strategies and increase your resilience. By staying calm, asserting your rights, and seeking support, you can outsmart people who use silent treatment as a manipulative tactic and maintain your own sense of self-worth. This is why we wrap it up for today, folks. Hope you learn one or two things. And what is the most common mind games people around you play? Share it on the comment section, and don't forget to like this video so that YouTube can recommend it to more people, and also share your views on the comment section. If you're not a subscriber yet, so hit that subscribe button and the bell notification so that you get notified anytime we post. See you guys next time.